Welcome to the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, a glance at the just concluded NADA convention, National Automobile Dealers Association, and what automakers are facing in the near future, trying to stay alive. In Jeff's Car Culture, muscle car wagons.
Oh, yeah.
And in Driving Destinations, Mr. Mars has party place suggestions for a not-so-sober Mardi Gras destination.
Well, he is our party animal. You know that. Mike's our party animal.
Well,
I do my part.
yeah, we hope. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, coming to us today from Neederville, Texas. Sitting next to me, we always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday. We're back in the studios, and we hope that things go well.
So far, so good.
Well, you know, we're always nervous about saying that because something surely will
Not
come
me.
along.
Oh, not me.
Don't call me Shirley.
No, yeah, don't call me. I'm not. I'm perfectly calm.
So how was everybody's week?
Good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The weather was halfway decent.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it turned out that way anyway.
I got 33.7 miles to the gallon this week.
Really?
Oh yeah.
In the Buick?
In the Buick.
You need to learn how to pronounce it.
She's
Jeff.
bad to the bone.
It's the Buick.
No,
There's
I just
an R in there.
I just call it my girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you do that. I'm sure that Kathy doesn't mind. All
As
right.
long as
Well,
you name it Kathy, you'll be all right.
and maybe Kathy too.
There you go.
Kath. Anyway, so to let you know why we're starting off with a story instead of a guest today, Mr. Mars, would you like to explain that?
Well, our guest was going to be Officer Woodard, and being the important person he is with the Texas Department of Public Safety, he got called away to something important today, which I have no idea what it is.
Probably some gangster convention.
Yeah. in Neederville.
Something that was real important, I'm sure. And so he's going to join us a little bit later. This, whatever it is going to be over in time for him to join us about 11:30.
Whether they like it or not. He's got a gun.
We'll track him down.
And a badge. Don't forget the
Yeah.
badge.
So here's the story. This story was written by the folks at Automotive News, and I stole it.
Oh, okay.
And it's about the National Association of Dealers,
NADA.
that had a convention this past week, like they do every year. This year is in Las Vegas. Is it in Las Vegas every year?
I don't
Yes.
know.
I
don't know.
It is. We've never been invited. Of course, we're not a dealer either, at least not in automobiles. we're a dealer in sound.
Yeah, that's it.
We're a dealer in love.
So here's the story. Dealers in 2026 will see an evolving powertrain mix on their lots. Sales of electric vehicles are expected to retrench without the $7,500 federal tax credit for buyers, though automakers expect that it will take time for the market to settle into a natural demand, whatever that is. The Trump administration's decision to eliminate penalties for non-compliance with federal fuel economy standards and its anticipated rollback of emissions regulations will allow automakers to extend the life cycles of their profitable gasoline vehicles. Some automakers reported record hybrid sales to close out 2025, and the technology may gain more favor going forward, potentially squeezing out plug-in hybrids, which is a good thing in my opinion, which serve less of a need as regulations are loosened. Extended range EVs are also starting to become an option for consumers seeking an alternative to gasoline. The only thing that they're changing is the charge capacity of the batteries, so it hangs on to the charge longer, which is a good thing,
Right.
because it's still a total pain to get a fast charge wherever you go. So here's a look at how changes to automakers' powertrain strategies and consumer preferences could influence what vehicles gain traction in the year ahead. Congress's decision last year to eliminate California's ability to write its own emissions rules and the federal government's proposal to loosen corporate average fuel economy standards moved the U.S. auto industry away from increasingly stringent zero-emission vehicle sales targets. So what's fueling the rise in U.S. consumer interest in hybrid vehicles? Well, some automakers and dealers had pushed back against the Biden-era rules, arguing they were forcing the industry toward EVs faster than consumers naturally wanted to buy them. GM and Ford have announced plans to repurpose some planned EV production capacity for gasoline vehicles, including pickups and SUVs. Stellantis CEO Antonio Filosa, who has been handed a great big pile of you-know-what, said at a Goldman Sachs conference in December that the company saw huge opportunities to expand production of vehicles with V8 engines. Go, go,
Go.
go.
Please.
It's a lever that we intend to pull very hard next year and in the years to come, Filosa said, not only through V8 in general for internal combustion engines. We see a huge mix opportunity in North America, not because it's a profit calculation, but it's also a volume opportunity since it's what consumers want. So why did you abandon it and take away everything that drove the earnings at Stellantis and said,
Well, they were forced to. The government's regulations forced them to.
No,
and
no.
you mentioned that they're trying to get away from the plug-in hybrid. I think it's just a softer way. It's like patting the person on the back saying, it's okay, we're going to fix it. And by fixing it, they're going to start yanking some of these requirements that the federal government put in.
well, all I can think of is the Challenger and the Charger SRTs, the Hemis. They said, yeah, well, the car itself is getting old. Okay, so why not just
Redesign?
redesign the automobile, but at least hang on to the engine or give it an option.
Yeah.
They didn't even give it an
The
option.
heritage of it is the power.
Yeah. And
The power
everybody,
of the look.
Right.
yeah. And
Well-
everybody that I know of I know one person that has a Challenger, an older one, absolutely loves it. It's not an SRT. But let me tell you something. That guy pulls out of the parking lot every day, not hammered to the floor, but as close to it as you can get.
Yeah.
Every day. And so they took that entire market that made Stellantis a lot of money and did very well for the brand and just said, nah,
They
we're not going
used
to do
to
this
be
anymore.
all over the TV advertisements with the that thing got a Hemi in it. They were running
Well,
all
the
those
Dodge
ads.
Brother commercials. where they were
Right,
showing all the
exactly.
Donuts and everything.
Now the EV Dodge, that's a sporty. That car's got some looks. It's got some real good eyeball. Why not put a V8 in that?
Well, apparently they're going to.
Oh, I love it.
So, EV sales expected to drop without tax credits. Legislation enacted in July ended the $7,500 federal consumer new EV tax credit after September 30th. The looming expiration date spurred some brands to log record EV sales in the third quarter before the credit went away. That was followed by plunging EV sales in subsequent months. Cox Automotive said fourth quarter EV sales fell 36% from a year earlier and 46% from the prior quarter. Yet the third quarter helped push U.S. EV sales to their second best annual total, Cox said, down only 2% from 2024. Even so, a combination of higher prices, inadequate public charging networks, ding, 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 and range concerns have kept EV sales below automakers' earlier expectations. To meet demand, several are readjusting production capacity and their product portfolios. Ford, for instance, has canceled the F-150 Lightning electric pickup, with Acura discontinued the ZDX EV developed with GM. Not a surprise there.
Yeah. Did you write that paragraph with the charging and the stick? That sounds like you.
Yeah. Well, I did kind of fudge a little bit and put my own words into it.
Spin it your way.
Hybrids and EREVs, extra range EVs, give consumers more choices, granted. Sales of traditional hybrids, which don't have a plug, have been gaining traction among U.S. consumers. Analysts say they have caught on better than plug-in alternatives, in part because drivers don't need to do anything different than for a gasoline-only vehicle while achieving better fuel economy. I've got one now out there that's getting 31 miles per gallon. It is a beautiful...
It's a big truck, big vehicle.
It's a big SUV.
Yeah.
It's a 3-row. It's the Santa Fe. And, man, I'm telling you, it's luxury on the inside, and it's $50,000. 50.
That's the average.
Stellantis is expected to launch extended range EV versions of the Ram 1500 pickup and Jeep Grand Wagoneer SUV this year. The automaker has canceled its plug-in hybrid lineup in North America for 2026, leaning instead on hybrids and extended range EVs. Ford, too, planning an extended range electric pickup to replace the F-150 Lightning. The gasoline engine used an onboard generator to charge the battery, enables longer driving ranges with less cost and complexity than plug-in hybrids. So that's what they're talking about as far as product development is concerned. I keep getting these sneak previews of kind of
Teasing ya.
badly disguised cars that they're coming out with, trying to fill a void in their product lineup that the EV thing just had tanked.
Here's something interesting. The service reports or the serviceability of a plug-in hybrid versus just a regular hybrid are what service issues do each of them have?
I don't know, but I can tell you
That's just a
that.
question
but
that came up.
But the plug-in hybrids, and Mars, correct me if I'm wrong, the ones that I am familiar with get about 30 miles on the battery only.
Okay.
And
Yep.
you can obviously use it as just on the battery, or, and there's usually a button in there,
Right.
then you can do both, and it does it automatically. But 30 miles? Okay, if you use the car to go to church, the grocery store, soccer practice for
Right,
the kids, and school,
Roundabout in town.
that would be okay, I guess. But it's a pain because you still got to plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you from personal experience, there are two chargers at work. One is a regular 110 volt regular plug.
Right.
The other one is the Tesla charger. Tesla charger charges Teslas a lot faster, and also newer electric vehicles than does the old style, the 110 volt thing. I don't know whether it's the plug, the battery, the car, whatever the case may be. It doesn't make any difference. But I can tell you that the 30 miles per gallon, I don't even bother. Because for me, it's 34 miles to work. Well, get to work, plug it in.
Yeah.
I might as well have an EV if I'm going to do that. I don't see the reason
But
for a plug-in hybrid.
When you say you go to work from when you're leaving your home here to go to work, 34, 35 miles, how much charge did you leave the house with? Was it
Well,
50%?
no. Well, at some point,
Because
yes,
it-
during the full charge that I got it with, and I ultimately still had to go to a DC charger with a full EV.
How much do you have when you leave the house, and what's going to be recouped when you plug it in?
Well, it depends on the battery. It depends on the car. It depends on how fast.
charging
There's
station,
lots of
yeah.
variables in there, so it's really hard to say. I got 35 miles per gallon E.
Oh.
This one that's out there now is a hybrid, and it's currently getting 33 miles per gallon, and it is a hybrid. I don't know when the motor's going and when it's not.
Let's drop an LS in it before you turn it in.
Yeah. Yeah, the Stellantis version of an LS.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Anyway,
because this came out with NADA, does this meeting have anything to do with the NADA book that they produce like once or twice a year?
I don't know if
is there
the
anything
value of
meetings of
cars. I don't know. That I can't answer. The one thing that I got out of it is that the dealers, for the most part, except for Tesla, they're the ones that sell the cars, and they are the direct in between the manufacturer and the consumer, and they hear all of it. Whether this is what I'm looking for, you don't have what I'm looking for. You may have what I'm looking for, but I don't like it. When it comes to anything, whether it's an ICE engine or electric. So I just don't know. Mars, you got any?
Well, I was going to
Thoughts
say,
on that?
used to, a lot of people would order a car. They would say, I need a new car. I'm going to go down to the
Yep.
dealer. I'm going to pick out what I want, the options, the color, the seats. They could go through it. And that gave the manufacturers a lot of data there about what people were looking at and what they wanted. Now it's pretty much, here's the trim levels. You get what we buy. You get what we make, and that's it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I will tell you that dealer lots are, for the most part, full. And some of the cars that aren't selling, they would love to sell. And I'm sure that they're selling them at a lower rate than the sticker says. But, the popular cars, they move those cars. How the Santa Fe is selling, I don't know. But I can tell you that the sticker on it, and I don't know whether this one that I currently am driving was built in the United States or whether it was born in Korea. I don't know any of that. But from what I understand, that they're doing quite well. And with the level of luxury that this car has, I would imagine that they're probably short on dealer lots of this car.
Yeah.
Well, people, that just means people are finding the value in it for what the amount of money they're spending, because there's none of them are cheap anymore. Some of them cost less than others, but they're really none of them cheap.
Well, the entry level was $50,000.
There you go.
Yeah, the
that's
average price of a vehicle across all brands and all makes and models is $50,000. We got to
Yeah.
figure out why it
Yeah.
dumps out of
Yeah, I know.
the picture that's behind us, and you see the green screen. We don't know that. At any rate, it's interesting, and I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall at that convention, and to see what it is that they're talking about, what they're telling the manufacturers, what the manufacturers are learning, what the manufacturers have in their playbook going forward. We just don't know. But it is what it is, and if you're in the market for a new vehicle at $50,000 for an average price and you haven't got $50,000, the price has become a real sore subject with a lot of people, and they're going to used. Have you tried to get a hold of the Emmons lately?
Well, I did, and
Don't
Jerry
tell me. Let
was
me
really
guess
busy,
that
and so he was gonna hand it off to
they're in
Gary.
Florida looking for a drag strip to race on.
well, they hadn't quite got that far yet, but that's what we was trying to get him in beforehand. But he's so waiting to hear from Gary, hopefully before they go.
Okay, yeah, I hope so, because I'd like to get some insight on the used car market, and we trust these guys, and so they're a good source for us.
Yeah,
All right.
he thought the idea of the reconditioned vehicles, I told him we were seeing a lot of that. He thought that would be something good to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll continue this conversation, I'm sure, as the shows continue on. Time now to take a break. Just ahead, in Jeff's car culture, muscle car wagons.
There you go.
Plus, Mr. Mars has Mardi Gras driving destinations. It's all coming up after this break on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. We've got a couple of Tailpipes and Tacos events coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be doing the commercials for them this week. One is the Easter event. That's Easter Saturday, and that's going to be in Katy, Texas, at the Lupi Tortilla out there. And then I think a couple of weeks before that, correct me, Mr. Mars,
Yes, on the 21st of March.
we're going to be in Beaumont, in your neck of the woods. Have you started promoting it already?
Oh, yeah. Talked to Chase a couple of times about it, and because he's got a long history with his dad building motors and stuff in the area, so he's got a lot of contacts.
And how about you? You live there.
Well, I do, and the people that I know are, of course, I'm telling them, and I'm hoping that we'll have at least 2 cruise nights here in town and a couple in the area, trying to get some information out to those people as well.
Well, we'll have the commercials up next week, and you'll get to learn more information about both of those events. So, anyway, hey, Annual Time invites you to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show about all things automotive, and we thank you for being with us today. Time now for Jeff's Car Culture. This week, muscle car station wagons.
Yeah, they're cousins involved. So more than just styling, the performance, really incredible amount of choice and variety of American cars from the 60s and 70s. What's so special? Well, interestingly enough, nearly all of the iconic American muscle cars of the late 60s and early 70s had close cousins of the station wagon variety. That means there are some seriously great options for building a high-performance vintage wagon, whether they're all of what if or just going ahead and make a resto mod out of it style. So here we go, Mike. The first one is a Ford Torino wagon, Ford Custom Torino GT. While not as popular as the Mustangs of that era, Ford's large Torino-based muscle cars were just as bit as cool as the Mustangs were. So what happens when you blend a Fairlane or a Torino wagon with some inspiration from a Torino Cobra or a Talladega? You have one heck of a cool family hauler. Check that out. Next one, Mike, is an Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser wagon 442. Even on its own, Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser is one of the coolest American station wagons ever built. But should you mesh one together with an Oldsmobile muscle car, the same period, you've got recipe for greatness. Whether it's a W30 442 or a Hurst Olds, it provides the ingredients. There aren't many things cooler than a Vista Cruiser, given all the muscle car stuff. So there you go. Pontiac Tempest GTO wagon. The Pontiac GTO started the whole muscle car thing in 1964 and only got more popular in the years that followed. Pontiac also sold a Tempest wagon at the same time, and many of the parts that the GTO had went right onto that Tempest wagon. So the hot rod version of the GTO, yeah, you're going to have it in that wagon as well. The Dodge Coronet wagon Super B. Don't think that we've let the Mopar guys out. There are a number of Dodge and Plymouth muscle cars that have close station wagon cousins, but the Coronet is one of the favorites, whether it would be built as a Super B wagon that never existed or built in a more modern style with a Gen 3 Hemi under the hood. Very, very appealing and very, very desirable. And the last one we have, Michael, is a Chevy wagon, Chevelle SS. Finally, we got Chevy. Few muscle cars and more popular than the Chevrolet SS of the late 60s and 70s, the Chevelle wagon counterpart is a ripe conversation. Whether it's the stripes, badging, or the cowl induction hood fitted to a low roofline model, the SS wagon would be all right, all right, all right. There you go.
That's good.
Yeah.
You forgot the bonus.
Oh, yeah, and there's a bonus. Check it out. It's the Buick.
It's the what?
It's the Buick.
It's the Buick. Yeah, well, I don't see a muscle car with that, but okay.
Well, he's
Well,
still
yeah.
got to get it tubbed out, and
yeah, we
Thank
know.
you,
We
Michael.
know the old regular routine when it comes to Jeff's customization.
yeah, I
I
got to
don't
get
think
the LS
that you
in
could put
it
an
and everything.
LS engine in it. It wouldn't fit.
You put it in the back.
No,
Yeah.
we ain't doing none of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Come on. I got tools.
Well, Mardi Gras weekend starts this weekend. It started, I guess,
does.
today.
Galveston
And
Mardi Gras.
Pardon me?
Is Galveston Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
Because
The Mardi Gras
Nor-
season.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Well, okay, whatever you want to call it, it's Mardi Gras, period. And, there's stuff to do and places to go to do it. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Morris has this week's driving destinations.
I can't see it.
Including Mardi Gras party destinations.
Well, I kind of looked at it and I thought, there's a lot of places that do Mardi Gras. A lot of people here, everybody thinks of New Orleans immediately, but there's a lot of things beside New Orleans. And one thing I wanted to say is, the Mardi Gras floats. Now, these are really elaborate works of art. Usually got a lot of people on them throwing beads and things, but these are actually built by crews, what they call crews. A lot of them are clubs and stuff. There are some professional float builders down in New Orleans. They build them and they rent them out to all these different Mardi Gras that are around the country. But a lot of them, particularly the smaller Mardi Gras events, are all home built, you might say, by the crews. Now, the closest, biggest one to us in Texas is going to be Galveston. Now, I've been to the Galveston one a couple of times, and it is very much like New Orleans. If you go down there at night, it's really crowded. There's a lot of people drinking and having a good time. But during the day, it's a little more family friendly. They do have all the big floats both times. You got people throwing beads. You got a lot of Cajun and Creole cuisine and a lot of music that goes around, just blocks and blocks of it. Now, another one that I wanted to mention, speaking of car shows in Beaumont. Beaumont actually has a Mardi Gras now as well. It used to be over in Port Arthur. They moved it to Beaumont because they had a little bit bigger area because it was growing so much. Again, you got a lot of floats, a lot of food, a lot of food trucks, a lot of parades that go on at different times, and it's really pretty family friendly as far as that goes. Now, you go on down here, a little bit closer over there. Texas City actually has a Mardi Gras. And again, a lot of these areas have a lot of smaller Mardi Gras. Some of them are only a day, some of them are only a weekend, some of them run for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. But Texas City actually has one. A lot of their events are during the day. Very family friendly. Again, more food and more celebrating of the Gulf Coast culture. Then from there, you can go on over to a little bit more west, go over to Seguin. Again, this is a local, regional type event. And they have golf cart parades, king
Wait a
cake
minute.
walks,
Seguin is on the way to San Antonio.
Yes. And speaking of which, once you get through in Seguin, you can go on over to San Antonio.
God,
to
I
where
knew you were going to go there.
I think one of probably the most family friendly one of the ones that I've run across that are semi close is going to be the one at Six Flags over Texas. Now, they
Wait a
have
minute. Right now, I'm looking at the crew of Herb. Oh, that's
Hebe.
Hebe?
Yeah.
Hebe?
Did I get off
Heebie-jeebie?
one? Did I get off? Oh, yeah, I got off one. I missed it. Mardi Gras, Six Flags of Fiesta, Texas. And the reason I think this would be probably the most family-friendly is because all they do is they take the park and all the shows and the music and everything, and they just turned it into Mardi Gras, focusing on that purple, green, and gold coloring. And it's really would be the most family-friendly one I would think that I've run across. If you're looking for something a little bit smaller, again, going back to this one, this is up in Jefferson, Texas, kind of up in the northeast part of Texas. Little smaller town, have a lot of antique shops and stuff, but it brings that small town charm to the Mardi Gras festivals. Another one that you might want to go to check out that's on a little bit on the smaller scale is over in Alvin. They actually have one there. And again, a lot of food, some parades. It is smaller, so it's a lot easier to get around and manageable, particularly with the family if you got little ones. And then from there, one I wanted to point out was the Kemah Boardwalk. Now, this is really a neat one. Got a lot of boats cruising in and up and down by the boardwalk coming out of Clear Lake and a lot of lights. It's really neat. I've seen this one before as well, and it's really neat to go. It's pretty family friendly so long as you stay out of the bars. Don't take the kids into the bars with you, and you'll be all right. And that's just a few of the places besides New Orleans and some of the other bigger ones that are a little more adult-oriented, shall we say.
Did your mom and dad take you into the bars? They did, didn't they?
My parents haven't been in a bar in their life.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I knew something happened to you along the way. Maybe that's what it
Now,
was.
the decorations you talked about in Galveston, they do that at Christmas time, too.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They get into the Dickens on the Strand, but it's the Mardi Gras is very much like New Orleans as far as the setup and how they run the parades during the day and during the night.
Got it.
Thank you, Michael. In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is going to continue right after this quick break. Stay with us.
Yeah, stay with us.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show. Check us out on InRealTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Real Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InRealTime.com. Join us. Hello. Welcome to the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Coming up in this segment of our show, we are going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? Let's take a look. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with Consumer Reports top 10 new cars, pickups, and SUVs. That's what we're going to start with. Then we're going to do this week's recalls, and we're also going to have our always popular what the car sold for.
Right. These are good.
Yeah. Then later on, we're going to have the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, coming to you from Neaterville, Texas. We always need more Jeff Zekin, master studio and transmitter engineer, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us today. And I know that you've got your act together much better than I do, because I don't at all. So forgive me, will you? Will you, Mars?
Sir, I'm sorry.
Never mind.
I'm sending you a text.
Are you?
Sorry.
That's okay. Not like I'll have time to read that. All right. So let's do the hybrid powertrains dominated.
Okay.
Consumer Reports review of the best new vehicles for 2026. And I've got them in no particular order, but we're going to start with the best small car for 2026, according to Consumer Reports. And that would be the Civic Hybrid. For some reason, I mentioned this last week when we were at the auto show, I don't get Hondas and I don't get Acuras.
Right.
I don't know whether they're not in the press fleet, or the lady that handles that press fleet doesn't like me, which is probably the case. But
Well,
whatever.
that's very possible, yeah.
That hybrid by Honda Civic is the best version because of its responsive steering, comfort, and spacious interior. A Civic with spacious interior.
There you go.
Plus another 50 horsepower that powers a 2-second bump in its speed from 0 to 60 compared with the gasoline version. Also gets 44 miles per gallon in Consumer Reports test and has refined power delivery that makes it refreshingly entertaining on twisty roads. A Honda Civic?
Twisty roads.
Okay,
You must be
Best-
driving the sporty model.
apparently. Best mid-sized car. The Toyota Camry. That's one that I haven't had in a long time for some
Camry's
reason.
had-
Have you had any?
mid-size?
Have
No.
you- no, Mars hasn't had one. Have you, Mars?
No, sir.
The Camry is now exclusively sold as a hybrid and reached 48 miles per gallon in the Consumer Reports test. Reviewers liked its user-friendly controls, including physical knobs and switches. Each trim is available with all-wheel drive, and reviewers praised the vehicle's reliability. Good. Best subcompact SUV, the Subaru Crosstrek. I'll tell you what, man, that Subaru brand, they have really killed it here in the past few years.
They're making gains.
Consumer Reports said the Crosstrek handles well and has good ride quality. I'll agree with that, including in its ability to absorb road imperfections.
Yeah, that.
Reviewers said it was comfortable even during off-pavement excursions. I don't know why you would do that. And they also cheered the added ground clearance. That's always a good thing when you're talking about a sport utility vehicle. The gasoline-only version gets 29 miles per gallon overall in the Consumer Reports test, while the hybrid version achieves an EPA estimated 36 miles per gallon combined. You're kind of getting a handle here on this hybrid stuff.
Yep.
Best compact SUV, Subaru Forester. Reviewers like the Forester's visibility, comfort, safety credentials, spacious interior, and the hybrid's unique combination of a 2.5-liter engine and electric motor with mechanical, full-time, all-wheel drive. Consumer Reports said other small hybrid SUVs only offer limited all-wheel drive. So all-wheel drive is important to
Yep.
you. Here in Houston, Texas, I can't really see
No,
it being worth the while spending that extra money on something that you probably never use.
And there are vehicles that have that setting. You can go two-wheel or four-wheel.
Yeah. Best mid-sized SUV. Want to take a guess?
Mid-size SUV.
It's a Toyota.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say.
the Grand Highlander, which is the one that's bigger than the Highlander. Consumer Reports said the Grand Highlander has plenty of room for adults in each seat and also for cargo, calling it a near-perfect people mover. 18-inch tires make it unusually smooth to drive, and reviewers like the hybrid powertrain's performance with a 35 mile per gallon overall fuel economy. Pretty good. Best luxury compact SUV goes to, you want to guess the maker?
Lexus.
Acura?
Lexus.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the Lexus NX.
Oh.
Consumer Reports called the NX a standout in small luxury SUVs because of its compact but not crowded cabin and high quality controls. The gasoline-only NX has real pep, and the hybrid version is even more refined with the electric assist helping to smooth out the power delivery. The NX plug-in hybrid, can drive on electric power for only 37 miles and has 304 miles combined horsepower, which Consumer Reports says makes it among the quickest in the class, if you're into that sort of thing. Best small pickup truck.
small pickup.
I'm not going Maverick. Maverick pops into mind, but
Well, guess what?
That's
It's
what
the
I'm
Ford
thinking.
Maverick.
I'll be darned.
Ford Maverick. Maverick has a low entry price, a relatively spacious cabin, and a smooth ride. Now, as far as the relatively low entry price, I don't know what that is. I'm guessing about 40 grand because I had one recently, and that's what that was. The hybrid gets 37 miles per gallon compared with the gasoline version's 23 on Consumer Report tests. But the publication recommended the hybrid because of its better reliability score. Interesting. Best luxury mid-sized SUV. BMW X5.
Oh, wow. Wouldn't
Really?
even pick that.
Me either. X5 remains one of the best luxury SUVs Consumer Reports has ever tested, the reviewer said. It is luxurious, well-rounded, and feels special. Reviewers like the cabin's vibe. Haven't heard that word in a while.
Yeah.
Surfaces and comfortable seats, calling them expertly sculpted for day-long road trips. Both the hybrid and the gasoline-only versions proved an entertaining driving experience. Best electric vehicle. Tesla Model Y.
Oh,
The Model Y got accolades for its practical yet sleek design, range, performance, and access to the automaker's supercharger network. The 26 refresh provides a more compliant ride, acoustic glass for a quieter cabin, and upgraded interiors, plus an optional 8-inch touchscreen for the back seat. The Model Y's reliability is improving. Consumer Reports said it maintains thrilling acceleration, sharp handling, comfortable front seats, and wonderfully unobstructed forward views. And finally, the best full-size pickup truck, Ford F-150.
Yep.
Got more reliable and maintained its strong powertrains, roomy cabin, and simple controls. Reviewers liked improvements such as blind spot monitors and a flat tailgate that can double as a workbench. The V6 engine is a gem, and the hybrid version prioritizes brawn over efficiency.
wow.
So there's that. Okay, with that in mind, and since we brought up Ford, let's talk about recalls.
What a
Goes
segue.
hand in hand.
Yeah, kind of. Inadequate windshield bonding on the Ford Explorer for 2026. In other words, Martha? Martha, can you hear me?
It's leaking.
Martha, I know it's getting a little windy in here. Sorry, we lost the windshield.
Grab it as it goes by.
Yeah. Here's one. Park outside. The high voltage battery may catch fire on the Volkswagen ID4 for 23 and 24.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You ever seen one of those? A garage fire?
No, I've seen an ID with a Volkswagen bus.
Man, that's not good because it goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
Side curtain airbag may deploy improperly. It'd slap you upside the head. The Hyundai Palisade 2020 to 2025, it's being recalled. Toyota Tundra 24 and 25, and the Tundra Hybrid. Rear view camera image may not display. And I think every Kia and Hyundai known to man has got this problem, the instrument panel display failure. So if you own a 25 or 26 model of a Hyundai or a Kia, you might want to check it out, put in the VIN number on safercar.gov, and it will tell you that your car is being recalled. Those
So
are the
it
recalls.
just quits? It quits
The
displaying,
instrument panel, yeah, it just stops displaying anything. Screen goes blank.
but it doesn't leave
Glitch.
you stranded. It just quits telling you what it's doing.
that's what it says.
Okay.
That's what it says. Okay. Now, does anybody feel like they would like to play the game of sales? What the car sold for?
Oh, the sold car
Me,
roundup.
me.
Yeah, the sold car
There you go.
roundup.
Michael's got it.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and put that up there because our first car today that we're all going to guess, Hope George and Jeff
Mr. Heitzman.
Heitzman is they're all watching and waiting with bated breath.
Well,
for
Mr.
this.
Heitzman has got a little reprieve because the launch didn't go off the Artemis rocket. So I think he's probably got some time this morning.
Here we go. Here's the first one. This is for you, Jeff.
Okay.
The 1957 Cadillac Eldorado. If we can get that up there, Mr. Mars. Are you doing that?
I think Mark.
Well,
yeah, here he goes.
There it is.
Here you go, Mike.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
That
goodness
is-
sakes.
That is one sexy car.
My goodness.
A 1956 Cadillac Eldorado. Man, I'd drive that thing.
That's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be, I'm going to go 200 grand.
Really?
Yeah. That's,
Okay.
that's that nice to me. That's a lot.
Anybody else?
Pretty color.
Do we have anybody else
Big
on there
white
with us
walls.
that wants to chime in?
There was some headers
David
on it.
normally chimes in on these.
Yeah,
Well,
he's,
it didn't sell for
busy
200
guy.
grand.
Ah.
I'm sorry to say.
Okay.
He went for the bargain basement price of $80,000.
Oh, wow.
Oh, George came in at $25,999.
George.
Not even
35.
close.
George,
999.
we're hoping that you feel better, my friend.
Well, he's got
It's,
his 99s
it's,
working
glad
today.
that you joined us today.
That's
okay.
gorgeous.
Here's
Leave-
one for you,
leave
Jeff.
that
This
up.
is all about you. A 2006 Ford GT. They have on here GT40. It's a GT40 livery painted on it.
Yeah.
But in 2006, I don't recall a GT40.
They're
I
going-
recall the Ford GT.
They're-
But at any rate, how much do you think that car cost?
They're crossing the block of Barrett's like around 2 1/4. I'm going to go 250.
Are you? Well, now, based on this price, I don't think it's a 2006. Maybe so. I'm not up on my history here, but this car sold for $710,000.
Yeah, that was going to be my next bid.
Yeah, I was going to go for 600, but
It ran me up on that.
Yeah. Well, kind of in the same vein, but not the same price. This too is another race car. This is a 1991 Shelby Can-Am car. Man, that would be fun to drive, wouldn't it?
Yeah, going to 59 in that thing.
Yeah. 1991 Shelby Can-Am. How you could?
I don't-
it's a race car.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much do you think that would sell for?
Just for the nostalgic part of it, I don't know.
well, you got a lot of name
$500,000.
value in it just because it's Shelby built.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking because the thing's been crashed and wrecked.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's all battered up and stuff. But
I
whatever.
don't know.
A 91 Shelby Can-Am sold for $73,500.
There you go. I'm way off, Mike.
Well,
Yeah,
George
Jeff doesn't
George
have
was
his
close.
groove on.
I don't-
He's going to
no
get his groove
idea.
on. He's going to
George
get his
got-
groove on this one.
No idea. 99.99.
So a 1959 Chevy 3100.
Ah,
Now, is that a 3/4 ton?
yes. The
It is?
Well, now I take
Looks
that
like
back.
it.
Because I'm not familiar with a 3100. So
Yeah,
it
I
could
would-
be a 1 ton.
Yeah, it could be.
Whatever. It's looks like it has the cameo rear end on
Yeah, yeah.
bed.
Yeah,
It's
got
a
the
59.
got the locking hubs on it. Got
Yeah,
them sticking
and
out.
it's a resto mod because it's been jacked up.
Yeah. Nice paint. 42.
42. Jeff says 42. Do we have any other bidders on this?
We'll see here in a minute.
No, not yet. Wait, here comes George. George has got it.
$18,999 for George.
George. Okay. Well, George is more of a movie man than a car man. But at any rate, no, it's not. It sold for $33,600.
Oh, okay.
I like the dual headlights, and I like the '50s vibe.
Yeah. Ainsley said 15, so he was close.
Is Ainsley back with us
Ainsley
now?
just got,
Yeah.
just got up.
Good. All right. So here's one for you. Now, we know that the original Ford Bronco sells for stupid money these days.
Yep.
Okay. So obviously, this is those are not original wheels. So we're going to call it a resto mod, whether you like it or not.
Well,
How much?
It's got
How
a
much did
cage
it
on
sell for? What?
Got a cage, a roll bar cage
Yeah.
type thing. It did not come, or maybe that's just the top.
I don't know.
Hard to tell.
So what do you think the '66 Ford Bronco sold for?
70 grand.
70. George?
I'm thinking it's got updated seats and everything.
Yes. Because those Broncos did not have headrests in
David
any
says
seat.
15.
15. The sold car price was $136,500. Oh my God.
Just a little off today.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
sir, that's what you call stupid money in my
That's-
world.
Yeah.
George
No,
was close. He got $12,999.
I grew
12.
up with a guy that his dad bought him 1974, I think. It was orange. It was just a basic
Listen,
Bronco.
you know, and this is not a put down by any stretch of the imagination, but I lived in that era.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you that those vehicles were sardine can tin.
Yeah.
They were so basic that you didn't want one. Nobody wanted one. Matter of fact, I rarely saw one.
He had one, and it was nice. We did, he had some property. His dad had property that they would take it out to, but it was a cool little vehicle.
So that the old ones are just, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Matter of fact, there's a company that is actually redoing. You buy one, you find one, and you want it done like it was brand new.
Yeah.
They're like, $250,000.
Art Morrison chassis and
none of
all
that.
that other stuff.
All right, next up is a 49 Chevy 3100. A 49 Chevy with a 3100. So it'd probably have a straight six in it, a 3-speed on the column, and I may be wrong. Could have one of those rock crushers that I had in mine, and mine was a 54. So what do you think that sold for? It's got running boards on it. It's got
Looks decent shape.
moon hubcaps on it.
30.
30.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks like it's still got the original gas filler tank in the back of the panel there.
Well, yeah, because the gas tank was behind the seat.
Yeah, it hadn't been moved. Most of the hot rodders will move them.
Yeah. So, any idea on price? Jeff says 31.
George says 13,999.
Well, no, 26,250,
Oh.
which is still
David says 25.
Well, there you go. It's still a little high in my book. All right, next up, for all you Beetle fans, 73 Volkswagen Super Beetle. There's nothing super about it, but that's what they called it back then because everything was super this and super that. Green, ugly green. I'm not a green car.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What do you think that's 73? It's stock.
Well, it's got air conditioning because it's got a little vent up there. So I'm gonna go
What?
8. I'm gonna go 8. See the vent right there?
What?
Little vent.
The side window?
Yeah, it's air conditioning.
Oh,
I'm gonna go 8 grand.
8 grand? Anybody else?
No, not yet. Everybody's
Okay.
well. Let's see. Here.
Everybody's, going, I don't know.
They're just
Okay,
bedazzled.
so it's $5,500.
David says 7,500.
And finally, the 1939,
George
I've never
says
heard of this
689.
before in my life, and it's ugly as this day is long. The 39 Graham Spirit of Motion Shark Nose. Can you put that up there for us,
I don't think
Mr.
he's got
Morris?
it.
No, sir.
You can't.
Wasn't on my list.
Okay, well, then never mind. It's really ugly.
Just think of something ugly, and what was the price on it, Don?
19,845.
Think of something ugly that's 19,845.
Martha, I'm going to go down there and we'll see if I can buy me something. Oh, I found
I mean, a
something.
shock.
Yeah, and then she comes out and goes, "What in the world is that?"
That's ugly.
That's ugly. All right. Hey, we're going to take a break. Be sure and note that Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Stay with us. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InWheelTime.com. Join us. Join us for our live show every week. In Wheel Time airs Saturdays, 10 a.m. to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Thank you for joining us today. Time now for Jeff's Cruise In and Events calendar.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Springtime's coming, so if we're not talking about yours, you can get on. There's plenty of sites for hot rods and hot rod tours and things, so you can check it out yourself, do your due diligence. But here we go. Hot Rods of Texas Winter Swap Meet and Car Corral. This is in Montgomery County Fairgrounds. It is actually next week, next Friday, I believe, because it's a 3-day event, so it's a swap and all that good stuff. Hot Rods Winter Swap Meet. A lot of stuff going on there. It is at 9333 Airport Road in Conroe. It goes from 8 a.m. on Friday to whenever on Sunday. I think it's a 2 or 3 day event. Then you got Lovers Lane Car Show coming up when? Valentine's Day. This is at in Odessa, Texas. Is at 2660 JBS Parkway, Odessa.
Let's go out there.
Lovers Lane will take place February 14th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's actually at the Hooters in Odessa.
Well,
there you go.
imagine such a thing.
Event benefits Humane Society and features sponsorships arriving there with pet adoptions and all kinds of good stuff.
By the way, speaking of Hooters, did you see where Twin Peaks is filed for bankruptcy?
I thought they did that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Never been there. Yeah. West Temple Motors and Malts monthly cruise in. This is February 14th as well. That's in Stone Hollow Drive in Temple,
George.
Texas. There you go. It's join us every month because it's a monthly thing. Second Saturday, the Bold Republic Brewing for a laid-back evening of engines, good vibes, and great beer. 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Just be careful out there. Know your limits. So a lot of cool cars and things going out that way. Car Fest and Coffee monthly car meetup. This is, again, Valentine's Day, February 14th in Nacogdoches, San Antonio, Texas. Nacogdoches Road in San Antonio, Texas. Car Fest and Coffee, monthly event, organized by Car Fest San Antonio. It's a good meetup there. Check it out. And then Clear Lake Cars and Coffee. This is going to be 14505 Gulf Freeway in Houston at Grace Church. So everybody's out there. We talked about them before. And go on out there and enjoy it.
Stellantis is telling U.S. employees they must report to their offices 5 days a week, marking an end to the automaker's flexible stance on remote work in the years since COVID-19. The automaker, which is seeking to regain lost market share in the U.S., says it will be stronger with employees at their offices full-time. Policy change will be implemented over the next 2 months. Spokesman said the move applies to all U.S. employees, wherever they're based. If there is an office they can go to. Okay, go there. Have fun. Many auto dealers in the year ahead expect their dealerships will generate similar profits and carry a similar valuation as they did in 2025. But a growing number anticipate having a better 2026, according to a survey from Kerrigan Advisors. However, many dealers also felt stores representing certain brands were poised to decline in value. A bearishness which tends to correlate with the automaker's dealers' trust, the least, including Nissan and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, according to the Kerrigan Dealer Survey. Most trusted brands, going from number 1 to number 5, goes Toyota, Lexus, Subaru, Honda, and BMW. The least trusted brands, based on percentage, who said they had no trust. Number 5, Jaguar Land Rover. 4, 4 Volkswagen. 3, Infiniti. And apparently the number 1 has been tied by Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and Nissan as the least trusted brands.
Ow. I didn't hear you mention Buick on that.
No, Buick's not in there. Okay. Yeah.
It's
I'm
close.
going to do this one
Yeah,
here.
go.
Just before Christmas, a police officer in Fort Myers, Florida, pulled over a man driving a car that had no windshield or front bumper. The 99 Honda Civic had 250,000 miles on the odometer and limp airbags dangling from the steering wheel and dashboard.
Nice.
A Gulf Coast News report about the unusual traffic stop included a clip from the film Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and we all know that movie well, showing a state trooper questioning the roadworthiness of a burned-out Chrysler LeBaron. But the real-life driver, Jeremy Smith, said he simply was driving to his first day of work at a new job and hadn't been able to afford fixing his car since hitting a huge pothole. Wow. My front end scraped the ground and blew my airbags out. One hit me in the face. One went through the windshield, Smith told the TV station. I had to sell the bumper to get me a little bit of money to get Christmas gifts, pay phone bills, and, stuff like that. Video landed on TikTok of Joshua Clinton, managing partner at Cape Coral Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Instead of laughing at Smith's predicament, Clinton decided to help. Days later, Smith was at the dealership signing paperwork for a 2014 Jeep Cherokee. The price he paid, $1. Store's website lists another 2014 Cherokee for about $13,000. He said, I never give up on life, and I really appreciate having something nice. Clinton suggested that Smith, a mechanic with a young son, might even come to work at the dealership someday. We've all been through some kind of struggle, Clinton told Gulf Coast News. The fact that we have the ability to help, just the opportunity presented itself, and I figured, why not?
Very good.
Like
Cool
those
stuff.
kind of
Yeah.
stories. Nice stories. Instead of the dealer's least trusted brands.
Yeah. Which don't include Buick, by the way.
No, not involved in
No.
that.
No Buicks.
I've had some dealerships that I've had very little trust in.
Oh, I've got a couple on my own. Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Especially when buying that Buick.
Yeah.
You do.
Or the
No.
Jag.
No, I didn't buy a Jag.
No, you don't even get me started with the Jag.
You inherited the Jag.
I inherited it with a lady that I know.
Guilt by association.
Well, there is that. And my blood pressure, I'm taking more blood pressure medication now than I ever did before because of the Jag.
It's got a little Jag on the pill.
Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We'll be right back after this. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InWheelTime.com. Join us. Welcome to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we talked to Mercedes Lilienthal about her run to the Dakar Rally. Plus, Jeff has his Motor Minute, and I'll review the new Mazda CX-50. Just ahead on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, coming to you live and in living color from Neaterville, Texas.
Woohoo.
And we always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us on this Saturday morning for our live show. If you are listening to a podcast, we invite you to join our live show. Get a leg up on all of the stuff that we talk about in our podcasts. So thanks so much for joining us today. And I think we're going to go to the great Northwest and join Mercedes Lilienthal, who is joining us now, hopefully, with information about her venture. Hi, honey.
There you go.
Hello, how are you?
Well, we're pretty good, thank you. Going to talk about the Dakar Rally. So where are you? Are you back up in the Northwest?
I am in the Pacific Northwest. I'm actually home right now, so that's a rarity, but yes, I am home.
Okay, good. I mean, where's Andy?
In the other room.
Oh, okay. Because this is all about you.
Yeah, this one's actually me. I feel like I have an empty space right here because he's always on the show with me. So, but I'm running solo this time with you guys.
So, well, it's good to see you, and we are really excited to hear about the Dakar Rally. So, first of all, let everybody know, if you will, what the Dakar Rally is.
Yeah, so the Dakar Rally is probably one of the biggest and most grueling desert rally raids in the world. It's been going on way back when. It started in 1978, I believe it was, as the Paris to Dakar Rally, or Paris to Dakar Rally that started in Paris and ended in Dakar, Senegal. Throughout those years, it had moved, continents. It had shifted, and now the last, I think since 2020, it was in Saudi Arabia. So there's multiple facets to the Dakar Rally. You've got multiple different vehicle classes with this big desert rally. It's all based on accuracy, so you have to follow a certain route. So you have a driver and a co-driver, and then you have the main Dakar Rally, which is basically the fastest and most efficient you can get to the finish line. And then underneath that, you have what is called the Dakar Classic, which is all the classic rigs, like the old Pajeros, the Land Rovers, you have it, all these different old vehicles. And they are an accuracy regularity where, like a time speed distance or TSD rally that we've been on the show talking about. They have to be perfectly on speed, on course, not late, not early, and they have a different route to follow. So the Dakar Classic runs under the actual Dakar Rally umbrella, so to speak.
I see. So, you're familiar with being on time and making your points and hitting certain time parameters and speed and all that stuff, because that's what you guys, huh?
Trying to.
Yeah, I mean that's what you guys have been doing here lately, and so, what did you drive?
I actually, this time, I didn't compete. That would be a huge bucket list. If I can get Andy and me to find a money tree or a large sponsor in a vehicle, we'd love to be able to run the Dakar Classic. I mean, we've got our Pajero sitting on the other side that did the Alcan 5000 sitting over there. We've got an old Jimny. We've got, vehicles that could do it. But, that's a huge, huge effort. What I did is I actually not competed. There's my competitor brain here. I actually covered the event. So I was on behalf of Jaguar Land Rover hosted, and I covered the 3 new Defender teams as they competed, as well as the whole Dakar Rally. So that was what I was over there for. I was there for about stage 2 and stage 3. So it was more of a brief period, but it was really interesting to see them in the flesh, on the ground, boots on the ground, actually rallying in full rally mode, see the vehicles back to the bivouac, get a tour of the bivouac and their huge entourage setup of all the semis with all the different parts and pieces, and meet some of the staff and some of the heads.
Well, now you've got a connection with Subaru. Have you talked to them about maybe sponsoring you and getting an entry over there?
Yeah, someday. You never know. You never know. We've partnered with Subaru for many, many different things. The latest being the Transamerica Trail, where we took a cross-track wilderness. We built it up, or they built it up under our direction, and we literally did over 7,000 miles across the United States. A lot of it was off pavement. So I think 3,184 miles of it during that 29-day adventure was off pavement, and we were self-supported, living out of the car.
But who's counting?
Yeah, who's got? Yeah. You know who the navigator is, right?
That's right. So tell us about this class that you were involved with, the Defender stock class. Explain that.
Yeah, so the stock class is kind of a revamped class that Defender was instrumental with the governing body, FIA or FIA, to basically update to say, okay, a lot of these vehicles way back when in 1978, 1982, what have you, were production vehicles because you didn't have all of the aftermarket ability, you didn't have all the technology, you didn't have all the stuff of what some of these vehicles can do today. And so they wanted to update a lot of the regulations to make it more friendly for manufacturers like Defender, like Toyota, and other future manufacturers to be able to come in and compete in a revamped stock class. So Jaguar Land Rover, of course, is the big umbrella. Then you have Defender underneath it. So Defender said, we're going to sign on for 3 years, right? The W2RC rally raids, starting with Dakar in 2026. That was the first one of their 3-year run that they're doing. So there's a lot more rallying to see with Defender coming up. So what they did is they basically said, okay, we're going to sign on. We're going to do 3 teams of very accomplished racers from all around the world. 2 Americans, actually, Sean Behrman and then also American Sarah Price were the 2 that were kind of rounding out the 6 people. But take all of that, figure out what vehicles that they wanted to actually build, again, adhering to the new and revamped regulations, test it all, come up with the parts, come up with how they're going to build it, what shocks are they going to use, what tires are they going to use, all this type of stuff. And mind you, they have to have all the support network around them with about 100, 120 different people as support and figure this all out. And I think it was less than 18 months. And oh yeah, you got to compete too. So there's a lot that was going on with it. There were semis upon semis that had things like, tools, tons of tools. My gosh, if I could have just a small section of that in my house, I'd just be a woman in heaven. They had one with consumables. They had one with differential parts, with spare engines, with, all sorts of different parts and pieces. And when we got the tour, the guide said, yeah, we could pretty much rebuild an entire D7XR rally rig if we need to. So as they were going through, when I was there, of course, they just started with stage 2 when I was boots on the ground there of the 13 total stages. And they were ironing some things out like Stefan Peter Hansel and Micah Metke, that was the other team. They had some power steering issues. They were trying to figure that out. And then Sarah and Sean had really taken a big blow underneath their chassis. And so they had some issues there and they were trying to iron that out and kind of strengthen things all within regulations. So but that happens with everybody, right? There's people that have different mechanical issues. There are people that have blown tires. I mean, these D7XR rally rigs, all 3 of them, they had 3 full-size spare tires, for instance, and a whole bunch of other parts and pieces.
So you've got all these big rigs and all these supplies and the trailers. So does this encampment move with the race every day?
Not necessarily every day. That's a really great question because when I flew in, so we were visiting family from the Midwest. So I went from the Midwest, so Minneapolis to Dulles, to the East Coast, had a layover there, then went to Riyadh, and Riyadh to Alula. And Alula is more on the western side of Saudi Arabia. And that's where the bivouac was just getting set up because I think they came from Yanbu, don't quote me, for stage 2 and stage 3. So they were building that bivouac. So as the rally actually goes around the whole entire country, there are points where you might just be doing some sort of a loop and then ending back in Alula. You might be moving the whole entire entourage up to the next point all the way around the country until the finish.
Yeah, but if the race, I guess what I'm trying to visualize is if the racers leave early in the morning and they're going to point B at some point, let's say they're not coming back to that one, that whole small city's got to move in a day. Yeah. Because your repair people have got to be there. If something breaks, they got to be there or go to
But they're not doing 1,000 miles an hour either on the ground.
Right. So I think it's a few hundred kilometers that they do each day. Again, don't quote me because this is my first actual being boots on the ground at Dakar. Right. Yeah. But they do have stages and days where they have a pit crew or they have a pit stop in the middle of the day. Sometimes they don't if it's a marathon stage. So there's a lot of moving parts. And that's something that I would love to learn more of exactly how this all works. I mean, heck, if I had my way, I'd fly back there again for 10 minutes if I had a chance. But I'd love to be able to cover this event for the whole entire duration. I mean, it's about 2 weeks of like actual, hands-on, total, balls of the wall rally. When you think about it, it's a crazy desert rally, but so intense and so It's such a storied, legendary event that's been going on for decades. And
Are there
to have the opportunity to
spectators?
cover it. Spectators, you can watch it in parts online. There's not, I don't even know if anybody really knows where the course is. There may be opportunities if you can, see, if you know where they are to try to see to catch them in action. We had a chance to go out during stage 3 to see the defenders coming through 1, 2, 3, just super confidently all in one, where there was kind of a bivouac, a small little, bivouac side area set up. So I think that was maybe a known point, but it all fluctuates. I mean, when we were there for stage 3, there's a bit of uncertainty as to where the course was going to be because the prince was coming in. And so there was, lockstep, police all over the place.
Security and things.
Security. And,
Was he
and
coming
coming
in to
out.
watch the rally?
I believe so. Yeah. They're very, so we didn't have a chance to see that. But when we were there, we saw the police at every exit and this and this. And then we got wind of, a couple people said the prince, one person said the king. I'm not sure. I didn't have a chance to see that part of it, but yeah, then they had to shift things, of course, just to be protective.
Did you sign any hero cards for him?
No.
And, with all that, the media attention and the police and everything, that happens when we do remotes.
Yeah,
we
it
do a
turns
remote
into a-
broadcast,
Yeah, it
that's
turns
right.
into
a
just
nightmare.
We had to have police
So
all
we
around.
fully
us.
understand all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
They're
they're
generally
really
giving us warrants.
yeah, the warrants are the problem. So they're racing across the desert, so they don't really go through towns where the spectators would be. Is that right?
That's a really good question. I would think since it is mainly the main part of the Dakar, mind you, is a speed event, accuracy, but speed as far as how fast you can go, and the fastest wins those certain stages. And then, of course, the fastest person per each class can win their class, and then so on and so forth. I couldn't imagine that they would be very close to cities. I know that we drove a little while to go outside of Alula during my time there. That's a really great question. I couldn't imagine because you'd have populations, you've had, people with, just normal vehicles being out on course. I mean, when I was there, you saw people driving on the sidelines, very close to where they were, and people walking very close to where they were racing. And for me, as a photographer and a journalist, I always have my eye on where I can move, like where I can escape if somebody loses control. I mean, it's motorsports, right? People need to place their trust in these racers to make sure they're not going to go off course and then careen into, some common vehicle just driving on the side. So,
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll tell you what. Did Andy go with you?
no, he didn't. This is a solo trip for me.
Wow. Well, that's a rarity too.
Yeah, sometimes we do things differently. I mean, I just came back from Dakar, and then I went to Subaru launched down in California. I was actually finishing my malaria medication, the preventative malaria medication down in California, which is odd in itself. But then he went to Death Valley with Ford. So, we do shift from time to time.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, we've followed you guys for quite some time now, and things have really ballooned for you with your motorsports especially, and being involved in all of these different events that you guys go to. It's so much fun to live life through you. and you're such a great spokesperson. I can't imagine, that we'll be left in the dust when, today's broadcast by Mercedes Lilienthal is going to be sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of the world.
Yeah. Well, you never know. World domination might not be that far away. All kidding aside, I think for us, and I speak for Andy as well, rally, like we do a lot of time speed distance rally by us or TSD. That's what, it's more known over here, but over there they call it regularity rallies. I know different competitions call them enduros, but this accuracy thing, whether it's based on being on point for speed or the fastest, it's so electrifying. It's like, for us, when we compete, we're always media, right? So we compete, and then we also are media too. So we wear many hats and we photograph things as well. But to be around like-minded gearheads, to be around all these really cool vehicles and such passion and to be able to see new things and travel to new places, especially Saudi Arabia. It was my first time in the Middle East and traveling solo as a woman across the world to do this. That's a whole nother, podcast in itself. But to me, it's such a neat and just wonderful experience every single time we do it. I just can't get enough of it. And to hopefully share that to the world and say, hey guys, Yes, there's NASCAR. Yes, there's American football, but there's a whole nother world of really cool things that's called, TSD Rally or Dakar Rally and all of these that you need to pay attention. You need to see it because it's just so electrifying.
I just want to say, while you were gone, Andy throws great parties. He really does. That second day party, it was it was just
Yeah, you were
incredible.
wondering about
Yeah.
that trash can
He
full of
throws,
empty beer
oh.
bottles. Well,
Yeah,
now
right.
we know.
He knows how to entertain, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. He might have learned a thing or two from me. So
There is that. So what's next on your list?
yeah, that's a great question. Speaking of rally, let's see, in July, Andy and I are going to be doing the car rally in Colorado, which is brand new rally. It's the Colorado Adventure Rally, which has since been doubled in size and still has a wait list. It's a time, speed, distance rally. I think it's going on for 3 or 4 days. And then Alcan Summer for this year is going to be happening as well, but we are tight-lipped as to the vehicle or anybody that we're partnering with. Stay tuned on that.
So where is the Colorado event going to take place?
That starts near Denver. Boy, I can send you the link as far as where it is. But if you look up Colorado Adventure Rally, there's like a motorsports.com or .org website that has all the details. I don't know exactly where the loop it goes. I don't know that right off the top of my head.
Okay, well, we're going to look that up because, my youngest daughter is in Denver. So,
Oh, yeah, sure.
yeah. And well, I'll tell her, and if she has the time, maybe she can hook up with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's this rally is going to be mostly on pavement, but there are some dirt sections. So I think it's under, I want to say maybe 600 or 700 miles in total. And of course, then hot on its heels, beginning of September, the Alcan 5000 is going to be massive. It is 11 days this time. It goes all the way up to the Arctic Ocean, which we've never been in the summer. And then it goes all the way back down, and it goes, of course, into Alaska, and then halfway up to the actually past the Arctic Circle up there to Coldfoot, back down. Again, if you do all of the extreme control optional routes, which we always do, because of course we test the vehicle, you got to test the vehicle. You got to
Right.
Research. It's research.
Yeah, it is. It is. And the Alcan being the mother of all rallies over here in North America, I mean, yeah, if you're doing, 1,000, 1,300 miles of dirt and gravel alone, I think this next rally, if you do everything, I want to say is about 6,300. 6,300 miles in 11 days. Think about that.
Gee whiz. That's awesome. Well,
That's why young people do it.
That's right, and they are. So let's stay in touch. And I guess with your next adventure coming up is going to be Colorado, you say?
Yes, I'm sure that there will be things in between, but
July.
Colorado, that rally is in July. Yes, in July.
Okay. Mercedes, it's great to talk to you. Great to see you.
Likewise.
What a fun story, and thanks for sharing with us. We appreciate you.
Tell Andy we
Yeah.
said, hey.
Yeah.
Will do. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate being on the show.
Thank you. Talk to you again soon. All right.
Take care.
Just ahead, Jeff's Motor Minute and a review of the new Mazda CX-50 when the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this break. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In-Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In-Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In-Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. The live In Wheel Time car talk show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, and Facebook. Check us out. It's free. And don't forget, 30-minute podcasts of our shows can be had from your favorite podcast store. Okay, time now for Jeff's Motor Minute.
There you go. And we can be had. So I've been watching Barrett Jackson this past couple weeks. Yeah, at the end of January. And I just got to raise some questions in my head that what's the difference between the Barrett Jacksons of the world and the Mecum auctions of the world? Well, the two leading auction houses for classic car collectors, each with unique features and strength. So the differences are with Barrett Jackson, typically has no reserve auction format, meaning that the cars are sold without a minimum price, leading to a higher sell-through rate, more across the block, at about 98%. This creates a competitive bidding environment when buyers may pay more for desirable vehicles. On the Mecum side, they allow the sellers to set reserve for their cars, reserve pricing for their cars, which leads to a lower sell-through based, pretty much compared to Barrett Jackson, and it's a lot less. So the volume of cars, Mecum generally sells a larger amount of cars because of that. They sell about 1,811, significantly more than Barrett Jackson's 1,343. So the same period, same kind of auction types, but they're set up a little bit different. Types of vehicles, Barrett Jackson is known for its focus on high-end vehicles, particularly muscle cars, American classics, attracting more serious collectors looking for a unique and valuable car. Mecum offers a broader range of vehicles, including classic antiques, modern exotics, making it appear to be a wider audience. The Barrett Jackson holds fewer auctions each year, typically around 4 major events, including the well-known January event in Scottsdale. That's the one I previewed. Was a highlight for all the collectors kicking off the season. Mecum conducts auctions more frequently, with events through roughly once a month, providing more opportunities for buyers and sellers to participate through the year. So overall, depending on what you're looking for in a classic car or an auction car, there's a lot of local auctions, but not these big boys. So check out what you're looking for, what you want to collect. If it's just a daily driver, how much money you have. Do you want to buy cheap and sell high? Whatever you want to do, they've got that auction for
I
you.
want to buy cheap.
There you go.
I want a lot from my money.
Okay.
Good luck, Don. You'll be waiting until Methuselah comes
Yeah,
along.
Methuselah. You can get that pretty cheap now. They've got a Methuselah model.
The Methuselah model.
Yeah.
hmm All the tires are flat, but it's okay.
It's a beater.
Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2026 Mazda CX-50. The available trim levels, I don't know what they are because I didn't write them down. Isn't that
Many.
great?
Just say many.
Great. This is what happens when I do this at work. And the fact of the matter is that I get interrupted a lot. And
'Cause you're at work.
Yeah. So anyway, there are several additions. And I had the 2.5-liter turbo Meridian edition, which is new. This is a small SUV, seats 5, exterior changes from last year. Well, it was all new in 2023, so it is a relatively new version of the CX-50. Sharp-looking front fascia, nicely proportioned grille. Meridian edition has a huge flat roof rack on the top of it that looks kind of funny. It's also got a big sticker on the hood, says Meridian edition. Squinty rear tail lights and dual exhaust tips. Black plastic wheel trim. That's wheel well trim. What I liked about it, the overall body looks great on this. What could use improvement? Maybe perhaps tone down the disproportionate roof rack. I don't know, it just looks funny sitting up there. It's flat, and it kind of like you could tie down another car up there. Interior highlights, nicely designed horizontal dash. Love the center console design with the radio volume knob right down there by the shifter. Comfortable seats, 2 rows. Overall, gets high marks. Cargo room, adequate for this small SUV. I liked pretty much everything. What could use improvement, as I said many times, the infotainment operating system needs a redesign. Engine, as the title suggested, it was a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with a twin-scroll turbo. Turns out 227 horsepower with 310 pound-feet of torque through a 6-speed automatic transmission. It will tow up to 1 ton. Miles per gallon, rated 23th city, 29 highway for combined to 25. I got 22.2 miles per gallon over 500.0 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, I never
Great
did
ad.
know anything. What I liked, This has got perfect power. It's just right for the size vehicle, the weight of the vehicle, and it runs well. What could use improvement? I would suggest that you check out the hybrid version. It's $4,000 more, but you get better gas mileage. Ride and handling. Standard all-wheel drive on all trim levels for this vehicle. What could use improvement? This is one of the best handling SUVs in its segment.
Wow.
And I would definitely want to check that out if you're into a semi-performance kind of thing. If you're a guy that likes the way his car handles, this is one I think that you would appreciate, because most SUVs are basically built for the road or for off-road.
Right.
And they got a squishy kind of chassis on it. This one does not.
Squishy.
Squishy.
I like that.
It's a very technical term. Let's see.
Hand me my squishy wrench.
Base trim price, $34,645. Prices tested, $44,675. The base model price, drum roll please, $29,900.
Oh, wow.
$29,900. So competitors on the base model price include the Honda CR-V for $30,920, the Toyota RAV4 $31,900, and the Nissan Rogue for $29,090. So I think it's one for you to look at.
There you go.
Next week, we're going to review the Lexus RX.
Okay.
It was going to be the NX, but some reason they pulled it and said, we're going to give you the
Yeah, the
RX
R.
instead. I said, you can give me that RX any old time that you
just go
want
right
to.
ahead.
Yeah, please do. I did want to get this in because I think it's important, at least for my generation. Ed Iskandarian died last week.
Oh.
He was born before the Great Depression. He's been around a long, long time. And if you're not familiar with him, he was also known as the Cam Father.
Oh.
It was while in high school in L.A. that Iskey built the famous black Model T Ford Roadster that would define the best of that class of art and engineering. He was a car guy through and through. Elegant, laughing skull radiator cap that cast himself in high school metal shop to the Maxi heads, Edelbrock triple manifold, and Vertex Magneto that are still on the car, and the car still survives today.
Wow.
Ed served in the Army Air Corps. It was said that Iskey cams could get more power out of almost any engine with no penalty. From his famous 5-cycle cams to the Ultra Rev kits with rollers, Iskey cams were the sought-after components for speed, horsepower, and torque, and still are to this day. Hot Rod noted that in addition to camshaft profiles, Iskey designed valve springs and first high-density chilled iron lifters for top fuel cars and anti-pump-up hydraulic lifters. Plus, he was among the first to sell cams, lifters, and springs as a matched set. The small block Chevy with one of Ed's cams was the first to make more than 1 horsepower per cubic inch. He's also a pioneer in marketing, starting with the famous white T-shirts that said Iskey Racing Cams in bright red letters. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yep.
Those were the hot commodity back in the day. And he even offered contingency money to racers who used his products. Don Prudhomme, one of the early beneficiaries of Iskey sponsorships, crediting the Cam father with helping get his career going on the drag strip. He also sponsored future racing greats Don Garlits and Mickey Thompson, among others. He was 104 years old when
Wow.
he passed this week.
Wow. Very
So
good.
he'll be missed. All right. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We are back after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
This is your place for all things automotive, the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, the famous Department of Public Safety State Trooper, Sergeant Master Stephen Woodard.
There you go.
Later in this segment, Mr. Mars has This Week in Auto History. Jeff has the racing calendar, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World, Mars from Neaterville, Texas. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. Hey, thanks so much for joining us for our Saturday live broadcast. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. I guess he's in Houston, Texas. Let's just get him up right now, shall we? It's Department of Public Safety State Trooper, Mr. Sergeant Stephen Woodard. Where is he? There he is.
There he
Hey,
is.
I promise you I'm not in a jail cell. I'm just kind of using my background here.
You're doing what now?
I said, I promise you I'm not in a jail cell. I'm just kind of switching backgrounds. I was looking for a Mardi Gras background, but I can't figure it out.
You don't go to Mardi Gras except to arrest people.
Hey, I will tell you, I have some beads.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. How did you get those beads is the question.
Yeah. As he was making the arrest, sir, you can't take those to jail.
Or maybe you can.
Or maybe you can, depending on the color and where you are.
Well,
I mean, the purple ones in New Orleans work, you know?
yes, sir.
Purple
Well,
and green.
I tell you, my friend, and it's so good to see you, Don, and Brother Jeff and Mike. You know I love you, baby. We're down here in Galveston, actually. We're on task force right now just to make sure that this 2-week celebration is safe. Right now, I mean, let's see. We're supplying about 20 troopers per day to help out to make sure the travel is safe. And I will tell you, Mardi Gras is always a safe event overall because it's a collaborative safety event with a lot of different law enforcement agencies that come down, including HPD and others, to help out the Galveston Police Department because they're very, obviously Galveston is a happening town, but their police department is extremely small. So we help them every year, been doing it for over 30 years, and just happy to be down here. And last night was the beginning, and hey, everything was safe. I can't say that we did not arrest any DWIs, because we did, but overall, safe travels for everybody. So far, so good, my friends. So far, so good.
Do they have you spending the night in a little tent on the beach, or do you have an actual motel room somewhere?
You know, that would be nice. I think next week, during the actual main festivities, I'll probably stay down, but I'm commuting back and forth to the house. Obviously, we don't have a task force going for Super Bowl, but, just kind of stay in an area just in case, folks want to take their celebration a little bit too far.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's always nice to see the uniform. It kind of keep you in the reel.
Yeah, that's it. Well, hey, we're family, and I appreciate you guys inviting me through the years. Hey, if you don't mind, Brother Don, I had the opportunity to work with, through your connection, obviously through probably the best traffic man really in the United States, your partner. I mean, let's just be honest here.
Sky Mike?
Sky Mike, we did some work. That's why I reached out to you, and we did some work during the ice storm, and man, what a cool dude. Funny dude.
He and quite the character too. He
Yeah.
kind of fits the bill, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. But
Yeah, he's a great guy.
But BUT, there is no other voice of silk other than God himself
Oh, boy.
and the man in the
Lord.
sky.
Hey, and I don't know why you're trying to make points with me, because you don't have to. You,
what-
you just got to be you. That's all.
Do you know how they make silk?
Yeah.
Yeah, with worms. Yeah, there's
that's
that.
right.
And where it
That's right.
comes from? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you guys something? Have you been seeing in your neighborhoods or around these many pocket bikes is what the state law calls them, but these mini electric bikes that some of the kiddos are riding around on.
Yes,
You know,
we're-
it's funny you
we're
should say
Christmas.
that because I was in, where was I? I saw, I was at Los Tios.
Yeah.
And they had the three of them. They had to be junior high school kids. And I thought, man, I wish I had that back in the day.
Yeah.
But, I built my own motorbike from a lawnmower edger motor. And that was my transportation, my hoodlum days back when I was in junior high school. But these new electric ones, they're really cool, but they're also very dangerous because you can't see them.
Very
And
dangerous.
you can't hear them.
You can't hear them, and to be honest with you, I will tell you they're illegal. I don't know, Jeff, if you've seen this big push that the Fort Bend County law enforcement officials have pushed out, that they're just not road legal. Now, what makes one road legal is if it has pedals. But who in the world wants an electric bike with pedals?
A moped.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, we purchased the little boy of mine. We purchased him one for Christmas, and I mean he has some very strict rules, which he hates, but they're just not street legal. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, brother Mike. That thing will roll. You can adjust the speed on it, and I mean it's just too fast and unsafe to be on the road. It really up under state law, it's called a mini pocket bike. And when you go to it, the state law describes it with two sentences, and in the end it says not street legal. So we just want folks to be safe. We understand we don't want to be the bummer to someone's good time. But I'm going to tell you right now, Don, I just don't want a fatality to occur because it's just a little mini pocket bike versus a Ford F-250. It's not going to be a good deal.
Are you seeing any of those down on the island?
None on the island per se, but we're seeing them mostly within residential areas, the neighborhoods. Now on the island, there's some specific rules and ordinances in place for golf carts. So you see a lot of golf carts,
Right.
And those different types of apparatuses. But we're talking about right here at home, and we're just trying to reduce that.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
over here-
have you seen the video with the guy riding the Skyjack with the beer keg underneath him and he getting pulled over and he wouldn't come down? They had to
Yes,
arrest
yes.
him.
That's one of the videos that I use when I'm teaching at the academy. It'll last me another 20 years. Hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hilarious. Hey,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, fellas, and I know this other than Jeff, Don and Mike, you guys been out of school a long time.
What?
Well, thank you
Yeah.
for reminding me
Yeah,
of that
one-
'cause
it's-
I don't even remember
It's
it
a
anymore.
one-room school.
Yes, sir.
One
I will
schoolhouse.
tell you, when you go to not elementary, let me get the statistic right. When you go to a middle school or a high school teacher's, high school principal's office, and this obviously this is live and this is for the archives. Whoever looks at this, they'll agree with me. You look at either one of the left or right desk drawers, you're gonna find vape pens with an S. I will tell you, my friends, the boys' restroom should not smell like strawberries. And there's a huge vaping problem within our school system when it comes to our kiddos. And it's starting as young as the middle school age, because I'm getting this information straight from the Katy Independent School District Police Department. I will tell you, with this vape epidemic, not only are kids being exposed to unfortunate chemicals that can tie into improper brain functions, but you never know. We don't want a child to get involved in some type of substance where it has fentanyl or any other dangerous substance that's applied to it. Please monitor your children. I know nobody wants to go around checking backpacks and all that, but as I said yesterday at a school meeting over in a little town in not Bowling, but in Beasley, I tell you, our children spend more time with their teachers than they do with us, the parents. So theoretically, they're at school, and an idle mind will wander, and peer pressure is there. So what we're seeing, we're starting to see, Don, a lot of your younger drivers that are getting these DUIs because you know, if they're driving under the influence, whether they're over the limit or not, even though they're exposed, they're getting these DUIs from the vaping exposure, marijuana exposure, and of course alcohol, but mostly it's the vaping. And I'm telling you, it's a huge problem, especially with our kiddos.
And
Yeah,
back in my junior high school days, the only thing that was in the upper right hand drawer of the principal's desk would have been the clacking teeth, the wind up clacking teeth. You know, the fake teeth. Yeah,
That's
those.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Yep,
right.
those vape shops pop up any place that there's a vacant building. They pop up, and I understand the concept that you're an adult at 21, you want to go in there and buy something. But when I see kids that I know, I see their cars sitting in front of it, and they're 16, 17 years old. I even went in, got so mad one day. I went in
Yes,
and asked the guy. I said, "Why are you selling this to an underage kid?" He said, "I'm
Yes.
not." I said, "Did you check his ID?" "Well, no."
Yep.
I said, "Well, I'm
I'll tell
telling you, that's a 17-year-old you just sold that to."
Now, with DPS, we have a division called the Regulatory Service where we go around and we make sure that pharmacists and these side business pharmacist companies that they're doing the proper thing. But we're starting to really look into a lot of these smoke shops, if you will, and again, it's bleeding into the schools. And I know when he was in school, him and his classmate Moses, when they were doing their thing, a lot of this stuff wasn't out here.
Right.
Please don't get me Don, because Don's thinking, and Don's good when it comes. Don, forgive me on that one. I'm sorry.
Touche.
That's
Yeah.
perfectly
That was a good
okay.
one there.
But I will tell you, it's a problem. So just be mindful, have those discussions with our kiddos, and you know, at the end of the day, it's going to take all of us to make sure that we have a proper world. Real quick, CDL drivers, commercial motor vehicle drivers. So I will tell you, and I got to get you over here, Don, so you can see this one morning. We have a chance. So when we're doing the commercial driver's license test, a lot of times the attendants, they're out there doing first. There's a verbal test where the individual that's driving the 18-wheeler, if you will, he has to actually show the attendant that he can properly inspect the vehicle. Well, what we have generally is about 30, sometimes 50 yards away, you'll have citizens with binoculars, and they're actually looking at the actions before they take their next test. And you will not believe how many people fail that commercial driver's license test. One of the biggest chapters, and I don't have to go into the chapters, but I will tell you, is just the safety inspection. And we just don't pass folks. So I will say this. If you see an individual driving an 18-wheeler, if you will, or a commercial motor vehicle, box truck or whatever, keep in mind they've earned that thing, and they have to continue to earn it by way of they have to turn in a medical certificate to make sure that they're healthy to operate, and just a plethora of other things. And it's hard to get that. It's hard to get it. It really is hard to get it. And it's hard to maintain it. But I will tell you, the Texas Department of Public Safety, we mean business. And we want our truck drivers to make sure that they're in compliance and that they're traveling from point A to point B safely. Because our commercial driving wrecks, they're going up here in the state. And we're starting to beef up a little bit. So with that being said, as you're driving, if you're going out of town, especially if you're going to Baytown, as you go out towards Beaumont, you'll see our inspection stations. They're going to be open more frequent. You go out towards Sealy on the west side, open. I got one over on 59 that I have control over, going down towards Wharton, because when the light is on, when that inspection light is on, they're mandated to pull in and get inspected. If they don't, then that's a Class C misdemeanor.
Do you do weight inspections there too?
So yes, we do weight inspection. So they're all over, but the ones that are up under me is the one in on 288 in Brazoria County near Angleton,
Yeah.
the one in Wharton near El Campo, and I have a little small one over there in Sealy. Well, it's not small; it's pretty large, and they're all over. And I will tell you, when the light's on, those guys are mandated to pull in because we're checking.
Well, I can
weight.
tell you that from
Yes.
experience, I will tell you that, when I was working for the drag racing team, we had a couple of 18-wheelers, and one of them held the cars and the engines and all that stuff, and it was constantly getting tickets for being overweight. Now, that may not be a big deal to most people, but, you got all that weight behind you. You can't stop that thing.
Yes. You just can't. And weight, speed, and a combination of just not paying attention, it brings a disaster. Now people got to hear your commentary from the air, and they got to see us out there working. And I will tell you, anytime that there's a commercial motor vehicle crash, the roadway is going to be shut down for a very long time.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I want to compliment you guys because I noticed that you're getting more and more involved in these 18-wheeler wrecks that I cover from the air, and I'm glad to see that because it kind of speeds things up as a rule when you've got the local police and you guys on scene. And Steve, with that, I'm going to leave you and let you know that there is another. It wasn't just Moses, but another man that started with the letter M, and his name was Methuselah, and that's the
his cousin.
and that's the man that I was I kind of aspired to.
I just want to point something out. I was never in the principal's office, so
Yeah, right. Steve, it's great to see you.
Yeah,
my
you'd be looking
friend.
for that lightning bolt there.
Yeah, there's
Thank you,
that.
John. I appreciate it. Hey, if you come down to Mardi Gras, hey, if you need us, any of our listeners, you need something, need some direction, need some help, give us a call. Any friend of In Wheel Time is a friend of DPS.
All right, well, thank you,
Thank you,
Steve.
sir.
It's great to see you, my friend. We love you. Take care.
Thank
Be
you.
safe.
Love you too. Thank you, guys.
All
Bye-bye.
right, you bet. Hey, In Wheel Time invites you to join our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon on inwheeltime.com. Facebook and YouTube. We hope you'll check us out. If you miss us, you'll be able to connect with us through our podcast from your favorite podcast channel. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
And today's racing calendar is sponsored by the Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge. Jeffrey?
Thank you for that. Well, we've got NASCAR coming up, and that's going to be starting February 13th, which is next Saturday. The Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium ran this past Wednesday. It was.
And Jeff had some ugly things to say last
I
night
watched
with the
it
tequila.
all of about 10 minutes. It was just bad. They went over an hour into the next programming.
Why did they make that
It
such a big
snowed.
race? Because that is a local racetrack.
It's a quarter-mile oval, and every time you turn the car, you're hitting somebody.
Yeah.
And it was just, to me, it was
yeah.
terrible. They need to do better on that. But it's coming up February 12th, the American 250 Florida Duel, and then, of course, the 15th is the Daytona 500. You got trucks, you got cars, you got the Xfinity boys, and then you've got got my paper mixed up, Formula One coming up. And I actually joined the Cadillac site on Facebook for Formula One.
It took Cadillac to bring Jeff into the Formula One fold. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You'll never hear the end of
You
it.
see that? You can see that there. Formula One's coming up. That's going to be, well, they've already done the testing, but you've got some more stuff coming up in February. Next weekend, you got IndyCar coming up. NHRA is in March. And one thing that's really popping on the internet is it's at the racetrack here in Houston. It's coming up today, as a matter of fact. It's probably running this afternoon. It's the Wiener Dog races.
The Wiener Dog races or the Wiener Mobile races?
Wiener Dog races. The Wiener Dog. Last year's
Actual
winner.
dogs?
Actual Wiener Dogs. Last year's winner won by 6 inches. So,
Dash hounds.
Yeah, I think that too. So, Wiener Dog Races, go check it out.
Well, as a matter of fact, if you remember correctly, I think that we saw last week that the Oscar Mayer Wiener Company is going to have the Oscar Mayer 500, the Wiener Mobile 500,
Right.
prior to the Indy 500.
Yep, that happens every year, but it's low on the part of the lower track. But there also there's a lot of stuff going on. You got the snowmobile racing coming up, still going on. You got the mushers ready to go for the Iditarod. Good stuff.
Do you watch that stuff?
If I could find it, I would watch it.
Yeah.
But
our?
I found Bowman, and that was.
Let me ask you something. What has happened? What has happened to our car channel? They used to have all sorts of stuff.
well,
it's all gone.
I did look into that. It's Turbo owns it now. It's a company called
Turbo.
Turbo. When all the Motorcraft and Motor Trend, all that, they all sold out because of online streaming. They wouldn't get anybody to watch the TV. The only one that's really left is the guy that with the Mopars up in Seattle or Oregon. I think he's still on.
Graveyard Cars.
Graveyard Cars.
I
is on.
love that show.
You know, I didn't like the guy at first, but actually his humor's getting me because he's got a lot of dry humor.
Oh, yeah.
And he's actually kind of funny.
He's a nut
He
job.
berades his people, and they berate him back.
Oh,
So,
yeah, exactly.
they
Especially
give it
the
back to him.
painter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then with Kindig, that was more of the network couldn't get enough viewers, so he just went about building his own cars and doing this. He's still very productive and still very successful. It's just that you don't watch it anymore.
Yeah, a lot of that was on the Discovery Channel. And
Right.
that's all tied up into some sort of buyout between Netflix and,
Right.
and Time Warner.
Why
and
don't we start our
whatever.
own network?
I thought we did. I thought this is it.
Well, it is it. And we're going to take over the world one day. But I think we just call it the Car Channel.
Car channel. Okay.
Yeah.
Work on that, Mike.
Yeah. Let me
Or
write
the
that
In-Wheel
down.
Time Channel.
In Wheel Time Car Channel. There you go.
All right. I've got some news stories. Is anybody interested?
Sure.
Sure.
China banned concealed door handles on electric vehicles,
heard that.
becoming the first country in the world to outlaw a design popularized by Tesla that is now facing global regulatory scrutiny following a spate of deadly incidents.
What?
Cars sold in China will be required to have mechanical releases on both the inside and the outside, according to new safety rules issued by the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology on February 2nd. The ruling will take place January 1st of next year, the ministry said. Models that have already been approved by the regulator and are in the final stage of launching in China have until January of 2029 to change their design. Crackdown follows several high-profile incidents, including 2 fiery Xiaomi EV crashes in China, where power failures were suspected to have prevented doors from opening, leaving people unable to escape or be rescued to die. While the new regulation will only impact EVs sold in China, the country's influence on the global automotive industry means it could resonate elsewhere. Tesla's doors are already the target of a safety probe in the U.S., while European regulators are considering imposing their own rules.
And that's a hot item on resto mods and things. Make that door flush.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the Kindig handles, I think, they think that they're mechanical,
Right.
and so they're okay,
Right.
Yeah,
But-
flush
Because you have to
mount.
push them. Yeah,
The
push mount,
flush
flush
mounts,
mount.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but a lot of them is really, the button up underneath the fender well kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. There's no reason, really. Volkswagen Group plans by 2030 to build most of the vehicles it offers in China
All right.
on its new electronic architecture platform developed with EV maker Xpeng. The architecture enables VW to develop cars up to 30% faster and 40% cheaper than with the automaker's German-developed MEB platform, thanks to centralized control units and increased in-house component production, according to company officials. And
Wow.
let's not forget the robots are coming.
Yeah.
Porsche considering shelving the 718 electric sports car line to cut costs that have ballooned due to its overly ambitious EV bet, according to people familiar with the matter. New CEO Michael Leiters may scrap the planned 718 line of Boxster and Cayman EVs because of development delays and rising expenses. They wouldn't say who said that, but you know darn good and well that's true. The gasoline version of the two models for years proved a relatively affordable path to owning a Porsche, with starting prices around $82,000.
Whoa.
They were discontinued last year. So
Wow.
Speaking of Volkswagen, Volkswagen of America's return as an advertiser during the Super Bowl telecast for tomorrow evening for the second time in 3 years will be bolstered with a familiar message. Drivers wanted. Remember that from years back? The German mass market brand, in the midst of a challenging U.S. sales skid, launched the new Drivers Wanted campaign February 3rd with a 90-second spot. VW said a 30-second version will run in the second half of the Super Bowl. The game between the Seahawks and the Patriots, slated to start at 5:30 Houston time tomorrow. VW joins Toyota and Cadillac as the only automakers with confirmed spots. Rather than shell out millions of dollars for 30 seconds of airtime along with production costs, many automakers are seeking more value with their media buys, and we're right here to take your ad dollar.
Yeah, Cadillac's going to introduce the livery for the Formula One.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, he's introduced the car.
Will they show you the car?
I believe so, but I think I've seen it. It's, a side view of it. There's not a lot of markings. It looks cool, but we'll see.
Well, it's not going to look that much different than the other
it's not
ones.
much. It's not much different, but there's a few design features.
Yeah.
And evidently they're struggling with this, the hybrid part of it.
VW's U.S. sales totaled 329,000 in 2025, a decline of 13%.
It's a lot.
It marked the first yearly decline since 2022. The chairman of the VW Dealer Council, Fred Emick IV, said return on sales has been a struggle for retailers, and the retail network remains frustrated by the lack of hybrid vehicles and VW Group's embrace of Scout Motors, which is pursuing direct-to-consumer sales. That's going to be a hot button for years to come, and it's still a hot button with Tesla. They don't have a presence at the Houston Auto Show because it's the Houston Auto Dealers Association.
Right.
They don't have any dealers.
Yeah.
It's a buy direct kind of thing.
Yep.
And Scout is going to try to
Lucid,
go
too.
that. Huh?
Lucid
Motors, yeah.
Yeah.
And, I guess there's something to be said with that kind of buying structure. I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's a fixed price and whatever.
I know the Tesla operation there on 59 south of here. It's a little strange. You don't see a lot of things going on out in the general public, but I guess in the back in the service department, they've
Can
got
you
a-
still go there to make a test drive?
if you can get in. The last time I was there, I had free walking around the showroom, but there was nobody in there.
Mars, you're going to have to do either a limited auto history because I completely forgot you and you didn't say anything and it's all your fault.
We were on a flow.
We were on a flow.
We're
And I'm
flowing.
sorry. I didn't mean to mess it all up, but I did.
Apologies.
All right. So we're going to
Yeah,
take a
that's
break.
all right.
Can we do that?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, the In Wheel Time show will wrap up things right after this break.
Why?
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online at InWheelTime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and great automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you've got an idea, event, road trip, or tall tale you'd like us to feature, let us know. Our email address is info@InWheelTime.com. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Real Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Real Time app and website. Grab a podcast from your favorite podcast store. We can stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InRealTime.com. The In Real Time video coordinator is we always need more Jeff Zekin. The booking agent and video editor, Mike Out of This World Mars, and chief engineer, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks to our weekly show contributors, Jeff Heitzman, and a Get Well ASAP to buddy, grade school friend, and high school partner, George Skelton. Get well, George. We look forward to you joining us again next week. And for you, have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Go whatever football team you want to win. So long for now. We'll see you next week.